Hey, what's up guys? It's ColbyCheeze for OnRPG.com, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Heroes of Newerth. This is a MOBA game designed by S2 Games that has actually been around for 2 years now as a pay-to-play, and they just recently released it as free-to-play. So I wanted to kind of do a review of it and show you guys some of the difference, or if you're familiar with Dota or with League of Legends, and kind of what you can expect if you decide to check it out now. So if you've ever played Dota before, or Defense of the Ancients from the Warcraft 3 mod, then you'll understand that Heroes of Newerth is going to be pretty much an exact replica of what Dota is. The hero names are going to be different, and there are a few other differences as well, such as just recently they've begun to add some unique heroes, and they've also kind of veered a little bit differently in some of their game modes. They've added more of a casual mode, which tries to be similar to League of Legends. So I'll kind of explain some of those in a second. One cool thing that Heroes of Newerth offers is a lot of different customizations, both for the champions that you choose to play, as well as some of the sounds that you can have in the game and your character avatar. There's all kinds of different things that you can do within their shop, and it's all aesthetic based. So you're not going to be spending money to be stronger than other players in the game. You're just going to spend some money to be, I guess, cooler than everybody else. So let's say you kill somebody, instead of saying first blood, it'll be like, oh yeah, you know, or something like that. I don't know, there's a lot of different sound packs in there. There's one that's kind of like a gentleman speak, and then there's one that's like the guy off of Duke Nukem. So there's some pretty cool stuff in there. There's a couple differences from Heroes of Newerth and Dota that you may not be familiar with if you play League of Legends, or if you don't play MOBAs at all. I'll try and go over some of those points now. So with Heroes of Newerth, you have a couple of different shops that you can buy items from. In the middle of the map, there are two different observatories, one closer to each side's respective home territory, I guess you can say. And from there you can buy wards, which you can place down to give you map coverage of a certain area. There's also some side shops, which allow you to buy certain items from those as well. But for the most part, you're going to be buying all of your items from your main shop area. And the way it works is you can go back and get those items once you buy them, and it'll put it into your inventory, or you can actually buy what you call the monkey, and the monkey will bring those items to you. Of course, with the monkey, you have to be careful because your enemies can actually kill it and it'll drop you items and whatnot. So you have to be careful of that. There's usually one person who will buy the monkey and share it between the team, and you'll use that to bring the items in between the lanes and stuff like that. Because in Heroes of Newerth, there's no way to get back to the base unless you actually buy a scroll, which will teleport you to any of your allied structures. And it is a pretty long walk, so if you have to go back in the lane, you're going to lose a lot of experience and last hitting time, and potentially a lot of damage off of your tower as well. So there's some other things, like when you're in the laning phase, you can do things such as drink a potion to stay, sustain yourself in the lane. However, if you get hit after you drink a potion, then the effects of the potion will be interrupted. Now, there is another item which allows you to actually go up and eat trees, and that will give you a little bit less HP, but you can't interrupt the healing effect from that. So there's some pretty cool stuff there that is a little bit different. There's also these runes, these power runes that you can get within the river, which will give you like speed boosts or damage boosts and things like that. And so those are kind of contested areas within the river that champions will try and run and grab one of those runes and maybe go gank one of the lanes, or just to give them a stronger lane presence. There's also some jungle creeps, but jungle creeps are not necessarily as prominent in Heroes of Newerth as they are in League of Legends, for example. You're not going to have someone who's just going to stay in the jungle the whole time, but you will have the option to go and get some extra gold and whatnot, because that jungle is a little bit harder, so you're not going to be staying there. You're going to see more of just lots of farming in Heroes of Newerth and lots of ganking. With Heroes of Newerth, you're also going to see that the dying is a lot worse off, because if you get killed in Heroes of Newerth, you actually lose quite a significant amount of gold, in addition to giving gold to the player who killed you. Another way to kind of keep your opponent behind you in the lane is to actually deny them from getting last hits on minions, which last hits will give you gold, of course. So you can actually last hit your own allied minions, and then it will not only deny them from getting that gold if they had last hit it, but it will deny them experience as well. So if you deny really well, you can deny quite a lot of levels in the lane if you're really good at that. You can even deny tower kills. If the tower is really low and about to die, then you can deny them that significant amount of gold that you would get from killing a tower. The game is definitely not easy for newer players. It's going to take several games, just to get even the basic concepts down. There's so much to learn within Heroes of Newerth. There is one cool thing that they did, though. There's this option, this little drop-down box where you can see a lot of guides from other players, and you can choose to pick one of those guides, and it'll show you all the different builds, the items that you want to buy as the game goes on, in addition to which skill order you should take. In fact, you can even have it automatically skill up for you once you level up to a certain level, based on that particular build that you're going on. So that's pretty cool, and I like the concept they've done there. That does help you out if you're playing a new champion, you don't really know what to level up first or what to buy first, then this gives you the ability to at least have that kind of leverage. There is a big boss creep in the river known as Kongor, and he's similar to Baron Nashor if you play League of Legends, where instead of giving you a buff, though, what he does is he drops an item that when you die, it'll revive you back to your health. So it's like a second life for one of your champions, which generally you would put on like your carry, who is going to be doing all the damage. You don't want them to die if they get focused and whatnot. So some other things about Heroes of Newerth. The graphics are really clean and nice. I love the UI in the game and the sounds and whatnot. It looks really good. There is some problems with that, though. I feel like the game really blends in. Like the champions and whatnot don't stand out enough against the background terrain, so everything kind of blends in. So it's kind of like a difference of aesthetics and how well the graphics look. Another thing that I noticed is that it's kind of hard to tell your actual minions and allies. It's kind of hard to tell them the difference from them and the enemies. I'm sure that as you play the game longer, you'll get a little bit more used to it, but it's just another learning curve. This game is really, really hard for new players to get the hang of, and that's just one of the many things that's going to make it more difficult for you. I also kind of felt, this could be because of my inexperience with the game, but I felt like it was really imbalanced. For example, I had played a game against a champion that once they got their ultimate, they were able to shoot it from essentially across the river, and it would do like between 50 and 75% of my HP, and then they can just attack me twice and kill me. They could also attack the towers outside of the range of the tower and not get shot. So I thought that was kind of odd coming from League of Legends that you can have that kind of advantage, but then again, that's probably just my inexperience. I'd have to talk to some more players about the balance issues on that and stuff like that. Another thing to look at is the objectives for winning the game is, of course, kill the enemy's defense tree or whatever. I think in this game it's like this big, it's not a nexus like in League of Legends, but it's either like a tree or some kind of demon altar looking thing. And basically, before you can do that, you have to kill the enemy barracks, which will spawn the creeps. And if you kill that, then of course you get stronger creeps on your side. But it's not like the inhibitors in League of Legends. They actually don't respawn. So once you do that, then you can push down the towers and get to the end that way. Overall, Heroes of Newerth has been around for quite a while, so they've had a lot of improvements since the game has come out. And of course, they do now have the casual mode, which basically makes it to where you can level up a little bit faster and you don't lose you don't lose gold whenever you die. So it makes it a little bit easier on newer players to kind of get the hang of the game and learn the different champions and get used to last hitting, and then they can move on from there to the harder game modes. So that's pretty cool. Whether you just want to take a break from League of Legends, or if you're just new to MOBAs in general and you would like to try this game out, or if you're just looking forward to Dota 2 and you want to play a game that's going to be exactly like that, then you can try out Heroes of Newerth. But for more information on the game, definitely be sure to check it out at OnRPG.com, where we'll be discussing the game as well. And if you like this review, want to see some more on all the upcoming games and free-to-plays, be sure to subscribe because we're going to have a lot more. This is ColbyCheeze, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.